YouTube Wardog message over. Welcome back, guys, to part number 6 of Faith, the second mission in the Canadian campaign on Combat Mission Shock Force 2. We're not starting from a wide angle today. Hooray! We're actually starting with a close-up of the section that just got absolutely rocked by an RPG and ended up with 4 casualties. All 4 of the guys. I mean, this is why spacing is important, people. If you're playing FPSs or, you know, anything like that, the 4 guys in the bottom corner where the RPG impacted are the injured. The 4 guys that were not there are not. However, we are going to have to try and deal with this threat. It does look like the fire coming in from 3 Sections A Team, Master Corporal Van Cleef, is about to suppress these guys. But they're currently reloading that RPG. I'm worried they're going to get a second shot off. There's not much we can do. The enemy has been IDFing us a lot. I don't think they've done it in the last couple of minutes, though, so... I think I'm going to move Lieutenant Lefebvre across the river. Start trying to get him towards where he needs to be to actually assist his platoon. And while we're at it, we're going to try and move some of 11th platoon over. I don't like necessarily moving the platoons, or the sections rather, in one group, because I have noticed that sometimes they get very, very split up, and they tend to kind of wait for each other, sometimes in stupid places that is like very likely to get them killed. So I like to split them up. If you're doing short moves, it doesn't really matter, but like the longer the move is, the more likely that seems to be that will happen. So certainly on long moves, I prefer to split them up. Right, we're taking a massive risk here because I'm going to move a absolute ton of infantry across in one go, which means if we do get IDF'd when this is happening, it's going to be nasty. But I'm kind of gambling on, if we feed them through piecemeal and they continue to sporadically IDF us, then eventually we are going to take more. We're going to take casualties either way. You know what I mean? I think as well, for 3 Section, I think most of their IDF is focused on the house at the minute. So we're actually going to send 3 Section this way so that they don't have to deal with that at all. Hopefully. I'm also going to move the HQ over that way and the mortar, because I want to start getting, especially since we just took 4 casualties, we need to start getting some infantry over there, and we don't have a lot of infantry to actually put over there. Right, 1 section is already making a move here. Hopefully they get into that building and they're perfectly fine. I am actually, though, going to learn from the lesson and say, once you get in there, one of your teams is going to push up this way so that they're not in the same building. Right. I'm going to start watching it from the back again so that we can see if we take any casualties to the rear, but we can watch the action up front. an interesting noise. Okay, I just want to go back to the beginning here because this is an absolutely... It's comical now that they didn't get it, but this is a comical amount of people that come out of this, these few houses, man.
On the way, boys, let's go.
Like, good lord. Get a screenshot, but look, that is just a ridiculous amount of people. That is insane. Right, let's get these back on. Okay, so two sections going to have to do buddy aid. They've already buddy aided one of their casualties, and they seem to be working on the other three. But for this turn, at least, they're definitely staying where they are. Right. I'm fairly confident that this is clear now, because we're in an adjacent building. Probably that this and this are, and that the second floor of this one is. There was enemies in there. I should have been smart about it and actually checked whether they were... Okay, two of them are injured right now, which is probably, I think, the whole team, if it's an anti-tank team. We haven't cleared the ground floor of this big building. But when we push into the ground floor of that big building, and the smoke's not there, we are going to be engaging with anyone in the school and anyone up there. I think we will take Master Corporal Van Cleef back downstairs, because being on the second floor is he's higher up, so he can see more, but that means he can be seen by more as well, so I don't want to keep him up there too long. I think we'll have Master Corporal Grant move across to here as quickly as he can. That's not what I meant, but we'll let him. He can just pause for 5 before he sets off. And then I don't think there's any enemies in this building, but we're going to hunt through into the ground floor of there. You guys can wait. He's going to wait what? 10 seconds, well, 15 seconds pause total. That move's going to take him the better part of 10 seconds. That's 25. Hunting through there is probably going to take him almost a minute, so wait 45 seconds, and then just to match pace with him, hunt through into that building. Do we want to do it that way? That's going to bring them into contact with all of this, although they're already in contact with most of that now, certainly that bit, but they're not in contact with that. No, I don't think I do. Okay, wait for 30 seconds. You have a door on there? No. Change your plan then. Wait for 20 seconds. Then move through into here. Wait a minute. Oh, there is a door. Good. Then move to there. Then hunt into there, and hunt into that one. Now that will bring them into contact with that building that we're trying to avoid, and probably the end of this one, but it will bring them out of contact with these buildings because of this. So trying to minimize like how many possible enemy positions could be facing us. will then tell us if all of this is clear. And we can potentially engage the school if we need to. Okay. Oh, we're still suppressing a building, but that's fine. I'll have to tell them to stop that on the next turn. Okay, Master Corporal Grant is heading into that building. And Corporal McKay will be soon as well. Lovely. I didn't pay super loads of attention to the guys at the back. Okay, we didn't take any casualties. Lovely. Right, you are still suppressing that building. Let's stop. You are probably wasting ammo. Okay, we're pushing through these buildings. You guys have buddy aided all of your comrades. Corporal Seeple is now in charge. There's no doors on the back side of this building, so they can't go into... they literally can only come out onto the street. Wow, okay. I think in the interest of not keeping people, like 8 guys in one building, I'm going to move somebody here. Corporal Kaplan, I think. We will push into that building. Good lord. What's he doing with the binoculars? Just like, did we lose anybody? It's like holiday clubs. Did anybody else ever do that? Might be a very British thing and a very 90s thing as well. But like when you used to go on holiday and then like a strange adult would take you to the beach or something because you'd be left with them. Alright. These guys are all going down that way. I think we're just working with this right now, and until... Yeah, I reckon for this turn we just have to let these guys push up and see what we get, to be honest. No, that didn't sound Canadian. Okay. Interesting. I'm not convinced there's nobody in the school, but there might not be anybody in the front sections of it. concerned that we're going to end up running out of ammo, if I'm being honest. So what I'm going to do is break off a scout team from the Pioneers here under Pioneer Lauren. And Pioneer Lauren's job is going to be to walk down to the bridge. Have him cross the river so that he's got the benefit of this bank, and I'm going to head down to these buildings with him here. His job isn't really to kill anybody that's in these buildings so much as just figure out if there is anybody there. Because I think there are some IEDs that can be set off without without a trigger man, but most of them do actually need a trigger man, so we are gonna move down the river and try to check these buildings. It's gonna take him a long time to do, but that's fine. Because the IEDs also do have a range on them. So I'm guessing that if there are IEDs at the bridge and they're not automatically triggered, then they're more likely being triggered by people in these two buildings. And we might be able to roll some vehicles across the bridge. We also might get them blown up, but you know. Got Captain Apple of 11th Platoon. I didn't realise that was his name. That's funny. We'll move him up to the second floor of this building. We've got two sections A team from the Pioneers, like Master Corporal Mixer. I reckon that we can move the bulk of our forces down this way, at the very least. I wouldn't mind getting some Pioneers up into that space, but I think we'll just tell them to hold there for now. Two-section B team. Well, everybody's going down this way. It's really just a question of where I'm going to put them once they get down there. Now you already have orders to move all the way up to there. And I think if we put you in there and then move you down to there, you should be good to move into that building. Master Corporal Morrison. Master Corporal Anders. Corporal Spronk. What a great name that man has. Corporal Spronk. Corporal Merritt. Master Corporal Peacock. Corporal Corporal McPherson. We've got a lot of people moving up over here. And, interesting. Corporal McPherson being followed by Guardsman McPherson. Okay then. Okay, I think we've given everybody orders to continue on. Lovely. Right, what do we want to do up here? Well, if we want to enter the school, we have to do it on one side or the other, and if we come into this building, we're probably going to get we could get into a firefight with these buildings and this next compartment. If we move into this one, it's a much wider group of buildings that can engage us. I feel like that alone means that we have to push into the one on the left. So Corporal McKay here is going to do that. We can't afford to dawdle in the street, unfortunately, because there's far too many buildings that have line of sight. So he's just going to have to bolt across the road into the building and then get into contact with anybody that's in there, which is super, super risky. Somebody's shooting at him. That's interesting. We'll check that out in a second. I'm trying to keep an eye on it as much as possible. But that's over now anyway. Okay, just going to do a quick flick through to make sure we didn't get any casualties. Fairly sure we didn't. Okay. Now, what went on when McPherson tried to cross the street here? It looked like he got engaged from maybe the third floor over there. I mean, there's line of sight. Yeah, he did. A sniper team over there. Then he went to ground. Okay then. So we're into the school. I'm reasonably confident that there's no one in here. There's probably nobody in here or here either. The back two parts of the school could be occupied. Although I think if the one on the right hand side was, they'd probably have engaged our guys already. I think we'll tell them to hunt through into the next compartment. Just to... no, actually no we won't. They're alright where they are for now. Can you guys see these buildings? No, because you've tucked yourself right into the corner of that one. Fair. So what I need you to do then is come back down here into the middle of the room and then face yourselves that way. You're going to give them 15 seconds to sort themselves out. Then you're going to rush across the street. Then push into this building where you will face this direction. Poor one section here are way out on their own, but I can't really pull these guys up. I mean, I guess I could. I'm trying to use them to make sure that, you know, this kind of angle over here is suppressed till we get the swarm coming. With 11th platoon. But they also don't seem to have engaged anything over here at any point, so... let's bring Master Corporal Van Cleef through to there. And through into this building over here. You guys wait 30 seconds just to cover Van Cleef. And then... move up into that one maybe? Yeah, I actually think that they can stay where they are, but we'll move Van Cleef forward. The only problem with moving into here is if this building is hostile or any of these ones, then they're going to be on their own. I think. Can you target that building? No. And you're on the ground floor anyway, so you wouldn't be able to. Can't really afford to wait 2 minutes or longer for the rest of these guys to get into these buildings. Alright, well, that's the plan for the time being. I might change it, but I doubt it. We'll just have to see what's what. Thank you guys very much for watching. I do hope you're still enjoying. Please comment, like, and subscribe, because it does support the channel, helps to direct people towards the videos. I don't really know how the YouTube algorithms and stuff work, but I've seen enough YouTubers that do say it, so they must be right. So please do comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Even if you just leave a comment, you know, talking about what happened in the mission, if you've been watching it, you know, talking about how unlucky that that RPG shot was, or if there's something we did that was especially dicey but it paid off, you know, just leave a comment like, "Whoa, I can't believe you got away with that." Anything. I mean, I think if I understand it correctly, that any comments sort of help YouTube to decide to show the video to more people. So please do those things, and feel free to check me out on Twitch as well. The link is in the description below. Hope you guys have a great one. I'll see you soon, but for the time being, it's going to be War Dog out.